Dealing with human relationships is the most important homework we have to do in this world we live in. You will notice that we feel today that human interaction with people is becoming more and more convenient. We have all kinds of instant communication tools. But what about the distance between people? They are getting farther and farther apart. We look at our cell phones every day. We keep looking at our cell phones. Your address book, social platforms have been filled with hundreds of friends. Your human interaction is richer? Or are you lonelier? I often ask my friends, which do you think is richer, living in a big city or a small city? Common sense would dictate that. There are so many people in big cities that relationships should be more complicated or richer. But in fact, you will find that relationships in small cities are richer. Why? Because in small towns, relationships are chosen. We have to be passive and accept our neighbors in all shapes and sizes. For example, you don't like dogs, but your next door neighbor has a dog and comes over to your house with it, so you have to put up with it. You don't like children, but every once in a while you have a neighbor who asks you to help take care of the kids. Then you have to learn how to accept that and like kids too. So, in a very, very small group of people, we had to learn how to get along with people. In a sense, you're aware of the diversity of people, the differences. You're much more aware of that than you are in a big city. That in a big city, because there are so many people, there are different groups of people. You can choose the circles you associate with according to your preferences. You can build relationships based on your preferences instead of having to passively adapt to them. You hate dogs, then move to a community where nobody keeps dogs, and so you have a hard time really getting to know the lives of dog owners. Honestly, as long as you choose to deal with people based on your own preferences and likes, you can't really build relationships. It's the equivalent of being in the world of the internet. Lots of groups you can join, lots of social groups. On the internet, friends all over the world, yeah. But in reality, it feels very lonely. Why? Because online, people always choose friends based on their own needs, according to their own hobbies, their own interests. Even one's own prejudices and one's own flaws are reinforced in the groups you choose, in the circles you choose. You are always learning from yourself, not from others. People need to be emotionally invested in building relationships with each other. Whether it's the love of a loved one, the love of a friend, it all takes emotion and time. We live in a fast food era today. We all want immediate results from our human interactions. But none of us want to overinvest our time and emotions. Some people will complain that their children are disobedient, ungrateful, and they have a generation gap. But have you ever thought about it? Have you ever deliberately operated? Parent-child world. Some people feel that running a marriage and love is too much trouble. Then they will choose a night of indulgence straight. Some people envy other people's many, many friends and think, why am I so lonely? But have you ever thought? Have you ever invested your emotions to get the friendship of others? People with the relationship like saving money. You must first deposit money before you can withdraw money. If you only withdraw money without depositing money, this is called malicious overdraft. Your account will be bankrupt. So, if you want to withdraw affection from others, you must first deposit enough affection. A fox told the little prince, "If you tame me, my life will be merry. I would recognize a distinctive footstep. Other footsteps I would be frightened and hide on the ground, but your footsteps will be like music and bring me out of my hole." The fox said to the little prince, "Do you see the golden fields of wheat? I don't eat wheat, I'm indifferent to fields of wheat. But you have golden hair. So once when you have tamed me, the golden wheat will make me think of you, and I'll love the sound of that wind blowing through the wheat." We people today like to go to the store to buy things. We like to go to the store to get things that are readily available. And can a store buy friends? Can a store buy love? We're all seeking instant matches. It's a pity. Why do people get lonelier and lonelier? Because stores can't buy real love. Stores can't buy real friends. So the little prince began to learn how to invest his time and feelings to bond with the fox. Slowly the little prince tamed the fox. So when the little prince was about to leave, the fox felt very, very sad and it cried. The little prince said, This is your fault. I didn't want to cause you any pain, but you made me tame you." And the fox said, though he was sad, he got a lot of benefits. For example, when the wind blows the wheat waves, that golden wave of wheat will make it feel different from then on.